Alright geezers, Jules here from FGS with a list that will get Nintendo fans hyped to the 9s, possibly even the 10s. Not the 11s though, that's just silly and I won't be having that here. But what I will fill my plate with is titles for your Switch that will make you itch in frustration at having to wait for them to come out. But thankfully, they are coming out this year. And with so many first-party bangers on Nintendo's console, it was hard to squeeze this down to just 10 entries. Thankfully, I brought my own party banger in the form of Nathan, who's joining me here like the absolute smash brother he is, to help shout about the Nintendo Switch games you need to get hyped about in 2024.
Jules, I love the Nintendo Switch, okay? And let me tell you why. It's about 7 years old now. It's about the size of a slice of bread, and it's still putting all the big boys to shame with more releases than the PlayStation, more than the Xbox. And I tell you what, the insides of that console now are probably about as powerful as your toaster, and it's still just absolutely playing a blinder.
You've mentioned that it is like bread twice there with that analogy, and you know what you start your day with? Breakfast, mate, so let's chow down and have a chat as I'm Jules.
I'm Nathan.
And these are the 10 best upcoming Switch games of 2024. Number 10, The Legend of Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. I mean, you really can't have a list of Nintendo games to get hyped about and not include a Legend of Zelda title, can you? With each iteration across the countless consoles Link and Zelda have called home, boundaries have been pushed, lofty ideas presented to players, and they even made trains the coolest thing for a hot minute. And so, of course, we're excited about Echoes of Wisdom. And why is that? Well, because here it looks to fuse the adorable cutesy nature of A Link Between Worlds and the sheer unrelenting creativity found in Tears of the Kingdom, as here, while controlling Zelda in the protagonist role, you'll use echoes of items and enemies you find in the game to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. The Tri-Rod's ability to summon items at the push of a button is sure to cause utter chaos when the game drops on the 26th of September, and will do so in the best ways possible. Plus, if this game lets me run a shady Moblin fight club with its ecosystem, then it's Game of the Year every year in my book. What? Don't look at me like that. You are going to do the same.
Number 9, World of Goo 2. The original World of Goo was a 2008 indie darling that made great use of the Wii's motion controls. Most of you probably won't even remember what the Wii was, but just ask your granddad, he probably used one in the war or something. World of Goo was an innovative physics-based puzzler where players used goo balls to build structures that allowed you to navigate to an exit pipe. Once connected to that pipe, you were given a score on how many goo balls you had left, basically assessing your architectural capability, which doesn't make it sound like the most fun game ever made, but it actually was. You can even play that original game today, right at this very second, on the Switch, the PC, and even on your phone via Netflix games. The long-awaited sequel, though, is set to take us back to the comedically dark Tim Burton-esque universe of the World of Goo Corporation, who suck up all the goo balls they can find to further their nefarious purposes. The sequel is set to introduce new types of goo balls with unique properties and even more complex puzzles, and it's all wrapped up in its signature beautiful art style. World of Goo 2 comes to the Switch on the 2nd of August, so you're probably already able to play it right now, which you should do. Why are you still listening to us? Go and play it now.
Now, I'm just going to put it out there, Nathan. Did you choose World of Goo just because it sounds amazing when you say it with your accent?
Well, I mean, of course, that's the barometer with which I pick any game on any list.
Nathan, just because you have such an amazing accent, could you also say the one for my next game, which is number 8?
Number 8, Demonschool.
Now, I won't lie to you, friends. My school time sure would have been far more palatable had there been less 2-hour math lessons on a Monday and more kicking demon ass lessons. But thankfully, Demonschool is here to remedy the humdrum of school lunches and teenage awkwardness with its revitalizing approach to the RPG genre. Here, momentum is key to winning battles, as certain abilities, effects, and potential to chain together attacks all revolve around placement of both your characters and the enemies themselves. Dashing through foes to knock them into the path of your allies to then deliver a sweet beatdown takes careful planning and provides a chess-like approach to combat. Can you think enough steps ahead in order to reposition things to your advantage? Well, this mechanic alone would be enough to get strategy heads fizzy at the thought of playing Demonschool, so it's just merely a bonus then that the cast of characters look fun, varied, and well written, and that the game looks beautiful with its blend of 2D sprites and 3D backgrounds. I'm also loving that nearly every combat encounter seems bolstered by environmental effects, meaning that there's even more ways to claim victory if you're savvy enough to monitor your surroundings. And if you want a sample of the curriculum on offer, there's actually a demo for the game out right now, but if you want to enroll fully, you can do so on the 13th of September.
Number 7, Emio the Smiling Man. I tell you what Nintendo has been lacking over the years.
Oh, is it a reduction in the price of its first-party titles that never go into a sale?
Shut your dirty mouth.
Will do.
No, what it is a good old-fashioned serial killer to add to its roster of colourful characters. Sure, Mario and Zelda and the Splatoon gang are all positive role models for children, but what they really need is something that strikes fear into their core and makes them scared to be within 500 yards of a Nintendo Switch. Thankfully then, here comes Emio the Smiling Man, the brand new entry in the Famicom Detective Club series. The first new entry, actually, in 35 years. This title is the third in the series, following the first and second instalments, which were recently remade for the Switch. In Emio the Smiling Man, a student has been found dead in a chilling fashion, his head covered with a paper bag with an eerie smile drawn on it. This unsettling visage bears a striking resemblance to a recurring clue in a string of unsolved murders from 18 years ago. One of the game's standout features is its adaptive AI, which ensures that no two playthroughs are the same. Emio's behaviour changes based on the player's actions, making each encounter unpredictable and terrifying. Additionally, the game includes multiple endings, encouraging players to explore different choices and consequences. With its gripping storyline, atmospheric design, and innovative mechanics, Emio the Smiling Man promises to deliver a memorable and spine-chilling experience when it releases on Switch on September 15th this year.
That actually genuinely sounds fun. Like, the adaptive AI things actually properly pulled me in.
And also there's something about, I think because Nintendo are such a kind of family-friendly company, in some ways I think when they then flip the script and do something as horrifying as this, it's actually more horrifying than a lot of people trying, whose main thing is horror.
They actually did like an amazing horror game for the Nintendo 3DS that used AR technology to turn your own house into like a scare thing.
Oh yes, what's that called?
Walking. I think it was like a spin-off of the Fatal Frame series. I can't remember what it was called though. But I remember you would like walk around with your 3DS up and like look through, and you'd have like faces appearing in windows and like people creeping around doorways and stuff. But obviously they were like super low rendered polygonal ones, so it was like the fear was lessened. Anyway, yeah, just a pretty cool thing. Number 6, Super Mario Party Jamboree. Well, what do we have here? Oh, it's the latest installment of I Thought We Were Friends, and yet I have a giant knife in my back, also known as the Super Mario Party series, and it's back with Super Mario Party Jamboree, returning with brand new boards, abilities, characters, and of course mini-games which now number at 110. Jamboree promises to be a wild ride for newcomers and returning vets of the series. And speaking of veterans, 2 old school boards are making a return, which scratches that nostalgia so very nicely, meaning that it will never be easier to get a group together to play some classic matchups. But let's just say that you don't have the space to crowd all those other players into your room, or, as is more likely, don't want to look them in the eye after stealing all their stars whilst whispering you were already dead. Well, luckily for you, you can now take the party online with up to 20 players in the Coupathlon, which adds a ton of replay value right out of the gate.
And the gate is set to open on the 17th of October when Super Mario Party Jamboree drops for the Nintendo Switch. And I actually forgot what Jamboree meant, so I've had a quick look at the definition here, and it means a large celebration or party, typically a lavish and boisterous one. So, don't feel bad when you end the night by punching your friends in the face. Number 5, Fantasy Life I, the Girl Who Steals Time. If you're an Animal Crossing fan but find yourself getting frustrated because there's not enough dragons to fight or time travel mechanics in it for you, then Fantasy Life I, the Girl Who Steals Time might just be what you're looking for. Developed by Level 5, this life simulation RPG continues the beloved Fantasy Life series. Players begin their adventure by washing ashore on a mysterious barren island, which was once a thriving civilization. As you explore, you find you can time travel between the present and 1,000 years into the past to uncover the island's secrets and gather resources to rebuild its future. Players can customise their avatars extensively and engage in town-building activities, shaping the island to their liking. The game also includes a unique system where players can choose from various roles known as lives. These roles include paladin, woodcutter, cook, and a whole load of others, offering different gameplay experiences with each one, such as battling monsters, gathering resources, and crafting items. The game also supports online multiplayer for up to 4 players, allowing friends to collaborate on resource-gathering quests and other adventures. Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, looks set to promise a rich, immersive experience with its blend of life simulation, RPG elements, and a compelling time travel narrative when it releases exclusively for Nintendo Switch on the 10th of October.
Number 4, ANTONBLAST. Now, usually, my friends, I'm not one to promote the idea of rage or anger having a positive impact on your life. Quite the opposite, in fact. But when it comes to ANTONBLAST, I too have been swept up with all the rage. In this violently colourful platformer, you control either Anton or Annie as they, well, how best to describe it, go on a rampage of such utter destructive chaos that it's surprising that it doesn't also brick your Switch along with it. Mixing the likes of Wario World and the uber-stylised and frantic Pizza Time, ANTONBLAST is looking to push players to the extreme as they bash and or smash their way across vibrant over-the-top levels. It is 90s to the extreme, and I am all here for it. And should your retinas be able to handle the saturation and your heart able to handle the pressure of all of this constant action, then you too can get to blasting when ANTONBLAST drops on November the 12th.
Number 3, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Brotherly love is a beautiful thing, and there's arguably no more beautiful a set of brothers than Mario and Luigi, who have decided it's about time they release a game celebrating that unique relationship with Mario and Luigi Brothership, a new addition to the beloved RPG series. And this time, it's an adventure on the high seas as you set sail on Ship-Shape Island, part ship, part island, obviously.
Obviously.
And journey through the vast world of Concordia.
Which, as we all know, is half Concord and half ear.
Obviously. Launch out of Ship-Shape's cannon to explore a whole host of islands that range from tropical rainforests to bustling cities. You'll meet new friends along the way like Connie and Snoutlet, and encounter familiar faces from the Mushroom Kingdom like Peach and Bowser. So in terms of gameplay, you'll have to rely on Mario and Luigi's brotherly bond to succeed, using brother moves to get past obstacles while you explore, and powerful brother attacks and a dynamic twist on turn-based combat. And let me tell you, you'll need every edge this Brothership offers to save the day when Mario and Luigi Brothership launches exclusively on Switch on November 7th.
Number 2, The Plucky Squire. Now, The Plucky Squire is just one of those games that makes my heart ache with just how much love has gone into its presentation and central idea. It's one of those titles that you just look at and go, yes, of course, why hasn't this game always existed? Because a title in which you can hop out of the pages of storybooks, blend into the backgrounds of other art, and then also engage in 3D battling and adventuring is actually perfect. And yes, I know, Link Between Worlds already did it, but god dang it, do not deny the power of The Plucky Squire. Plus, all of this is being published by the highly praised Devolver Digital, who have a pedigree for delivering unique experiences that are packed to the brim with style and attitude. Although the game was originally set to be released in 2023 and suffered a protracted delay, we now have a more promising window of late 2024 as its release date, so fingers crossed we don't have to wait too much longer for what is sure to be a charming and riotous title.
Number 1, Lego Horizon Adventures. I have this conspiracy theory, right? Just hang with me for a second.
Okay.
That the Horizon games are actually nowhere near as big as Sony wants us to believe. I don't know anyone who plays them, and I firmly believe that about 2/3 of its actual player base are simply Russian bot farms. So it felt like a fever dream of an announcement when Lego Horizon Adventures was announced at this year's Summer Games Fest. A light-hearted retelling of the original Horizon Zero Dawn story we all know and don't really care about, in an upbeat and family-friendly way, with the apocalyptic story being significantly downplayed in favour of focusing on its environmental messages and Aloy's connections with her friends and family.
I just want to state for the record right now that Nathan's views do not reflect the majority of the FGS YouTube channel.
Oh my
here.
god, do you love Horizon?
I love Horizon as much as I'm contractually obliged to.
What does that mean?
No. It's a great game that I don't remember a single plot point of.
I tried to play the first one and I just remember bouncing off of it and feeling like it was like Breath of the Wild with more menus.
So Nathan hates women. That's all we get with this.
No! Co-developed by Guerrilla and Studio Gobo, Lego Horizon Adventures will allow you to take on the adventure solo or share the fun with another player via couch or online co-op. And I love that. You don't get enough games that give you couch co-op. There's plenty of brick-based fun to be had too as you give the village of Mother's Heart a makeover, decorating it in delightful ways to unlock unique LEGO buildings and ornaments. LEGO Horizon Adventures is a mad idea, I can't lie, but you know what? Sometimes the mad ideas are the best ones. So look out for it when it comes exclusively to Nintendo Switch, but also PlayStation and PC later this year. Sorry, Xbox. Also, quick bit of trivia, this is the first PlayStation franchise to come to a Nintendo console since Wipeout 64.
And there we go, my friends. Those were the 10 best upcoming Switch games of 2024. Let us know what you thought about it down in the comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are there other games that we haven't included on this list that you want to share? Please let us know down below. And if you want to chat to us in the meantime, between all these lists that we kick out and the daily gaming content we provide to you lovingly here on FGS, you can do so on our social medias, where I am at RetroJ, but the O is a 0 on both X and Instagram, and Nathan is...
And I am at NathanBurn __ because someone else got my name with just one underscore. And then also over on TikTok and Instagram, I'm at World's Tightest Jeans, which is a name I'd like to change, but I'm too far into it now.
Amazing stuff. Well, until then, have a great day, whatever it is you're getting up to, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye!